What's up, everybody? You're listening to Gone Fishkin here on idobi Radio with your host, Fish. Instagram.com/Mike Fishkin. Instagram.com/a pug named Biggie. Go check out my cute little pug I got.
Hell yeah.
And I always repost my stuff on there. I am so excited for this show for a multitude of different reasons. Reason number one, I get to do my show live, and I will never take that for granted again. Reason number two, I am very excited because I have one of my favorite new artists out there right now.
Dude.
He's released more music than we play on idobi Radio in total.
Hell yeah.
He is so goddamn talented.
Thank you, bro.
And I think we're friends now.
We are.
I'm very excited to have Honestav in studio. What's up? How are you?
I'm great, bro. You have an amazing spirit.
Thank you.
I like to see you do your thing, bro. That was cool.
Dude.
Yeah, I'm good. What do you mean by never take it for granted again?
During COVID, I couldn't do my show.
Oh, so that you had the show before COVID?
Yep.
Pre-COVID, they call it.
13 years
And
now.
This is post-COVID.
This is the post-COVID era.
Wow, but you were pre-COVIDing.
I was.
Wow, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Nice.
It was before the cough button on air. I'd have to do it on audition myself.
No doubt.
But, dude, I'm a huge fan of you. Like, I won't lie and say I'm a day one listen to you since you dropped your first singles back in 2021 and everything. But I will say I've caught up with you over the last like 6 months to 8 months, watching both on TikTok, watching the streams go up, seeing you on alt radio, climbing the charts.
Yeah.
And seeing you on tour. Well, seeing videos of you on tour, I found out you weren't on the show that I thought you were.
Yeah. Hater.
Hey,
yeah.
Maybe I was listening to you on the ride.
No doubt.
So just off the bat, just how did everything come about with the project, and how did you decide to drop so many songs?
Man.
And it's the coolest thing in the world because
Thanks, dude.
There's so much variety, but every song is an Honestav song, which is the coolest part.
Sweet. Thank you, bro. Yeah, I actually dropped my first song in 2016.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I you probably dated back to Spotify. Like I didn't start dropping on Spotify until 2021 or whatever. But I dropped like 300 songs on SoundCloud before I ever dropped on Spotify. Like I've been making music and dropping it once a week since I was like 16. Like I did like a whole year where I dropped a song every Friday. That's like 300 and whatever. Or that's like 50, 70, what is it, 60 songs? 56 songs in a year? 54?
Yeah.
God damn.
56 if you want a deluxe
yeah, come
week,
on.
you know?
And that's I did that for like ever, so I've actually dropped a lot of music. But I think whenever I did my project Harakiri, it was just like, I had dude, I was dropping so much music. I was dropping like 1-2 songs a week. Like at that, whenever I dropped I'd Rather Overdose, and I'd Rather Overdose came, and it just kind of put me in a place where I'm like, yo, I want to get all this music out that I have right here in front of me that I like. Like I didn't get rid of all of it, but like I wanted to put out a lot of the music that I had made. So whenever I was like picking the track list or whatever, I was just like, dude, I have so many songs, like people have to hear this version of me, and I think it's really important for my career. Like I don't want to skip any steps, so like I want you to see the growth, I want you to hear like all the songs I'm making. I want you to see how I'm like growing as a human and an artist and a man, so like it was just kind of, that's why I put so many songs on there, like just in the very first place. It was hard to pick.
Yeah, like the super duper deluxe EP.
Yeah, the super duper deluxe double EP.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, straight up.
I love it. And I know you have a song called 2016, right?
26.
2026?
It's just called 26.
Oh, why did I think it was 2016? I'm really fucking up my numbers on this one.
It's all good.
I told you I'm really bad with that.
No, it's all good. No, 26. Yeah, I can see how you thought it was 2016.
Yeah.
No, that's that was a song that I made. It was like inspired by Blink. It's one of my favorite bands. I heard like the guitar. My homie played the guitar riff, and I was like, oh, dude. And I was 26 when I made it. I'm 27 now. So yeah, I actually really like that record. It's one of my favorite records to perform live.
Yeah, it's cool.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah, and now with your style and everything, it's like you have moments where I hear a Mac Miller Mod Sun type influence. I hear like a Front Bottoms influence. I hear like modern country influence on songs that are coming out at the same time these modern country songs are coming out.
That's what's up.
For you, what is like the most inspiring part before you go and write the music and make it the Honestav song you're gonna make it, because there's so many different varieties of it?
Dude, I don't know, bro. Like it's a blessing that like people say like they don't know what genre it is, or that it's got a bunch of influences. It's also kind of a curse though, because it's like, where do you put this guy? Mm-hmm. And like what are you making? I just grew up in a split household, so like whenever I was living with my mom, I was like in a 1-bedroom apartment in the hood, like with being around meth heads and like all and dope, and she was selling dope and all these things. And then whenever I go with my dad, I was like the quarterback of the football team when I played at school and hanging out with the cool kids. And then like whenever I would go home to my pops' house, like my older brothers were in punk bands, and so like I was listening to like, you know, No FX and like bands like that, you know, and then like my mom loved like gospel music, so I'm listening like, I don't know, I think whenever I just go to the studio, like it just kind of all comes out like that. I love acoustic guitar. Like I just love to hear acoustic guitar. I like, ever since I was a kid, I remember my brothers playing the guitar, and I would like just come listen at the door and just listen to it because I love the way it sounds. Awesome. So like I always want that to be an element in my songs. I like, you know, I grew up in the ghetto with my mom. Like, I mean, now given Missouri ghetto where I grew up is different than like Atlanta ghetto, you know. I'm not talking about like streets, but like, you know, in a 1-bedroom apartment where there's bugs and roaches and everybody's on meth and everybody's doing pills and banging stuff, and so like there's an element of me that's like hip hop like that, you know, that like just being connected to the streets. I want that to always be in my music. I just want you to hear like every part of me when I make a song. So I don't like, I think that just like, and then, you know, I grew up in Southwest Missouri, so all my homies some of my homies are like, you know, wrangling cattle or whatever the fuck it's called. They're, you know what I mean? They're like feeding horses and shit. Like they're like country dudes. So I think that's where the country thing comes out. I'm just kind of like a product of all that. And I think it just all kind of comes out. It's really like, I get most of that from like my older brothers, like the different tastes that they had and stuff, you know?
That's awesome. And like just even hearing like all the singles and everything, I like skip through the singles and then listen to the EP and everything. Mm-hmm. And just hearing every element of the singles somehow made their way to the EP.
Hell yeah.
And it's such a cool, tasteful way where it's
Thanks,
like you
dude.
never create, you have like fucking 5,000 songs. You never created the same one twice.
Thanks, bro. Yeah, I think actually, and it's, as people are starting to stream my music more, you know, there's people that think I only make I'd Rather Overdose type songs.
Yeah.
Like I seen the comment, like I made another song, you know, that's kind of like in the same realm, acoustic guitar, you know, splash drum type things. Like it's in the same realm where if I make another, they're like, yo, Ave, like make more like songs like Hurts to Fall in Love, or just kind of rocking like more rock, like make some more songs like that. Why are you only making I'd Rather Overdose? And I'm like, dude, if you haven't heard the tape, then like you don't know. Like I make all types of, I just make however I'm feeling in that moment, you know.
And listening to the music and listening to the lyrics, you have a lot of feelings for sure.
Fuck, dude.
Dude, it's like,
yeah, dude.
I want to use this comparison, and I really hope it hits. Listening to you while driving, like down the 101 today in the sun, like the breeze, I had the windows down and everything. It was like kind of listening to a West Coast Billy Joel in a way.
Thanks.
Like you just like telling life stories that are just so relatable in so many different ways.
That's what's up, dude. Thanks.
Of course. So
yeah.
Now, with the storytelling aspect of your music, how do you keep it so catchy as well? Because we've seen the trend of less words and songs, and now you are a very wordy artist, and I love that about you.
Thanks. I think that's a blessing and a curse too. Some people love it, some people hate it. I remember my favorite movie is called Stuck in Love, and they're like writers. Mm-hmm. They like write stories. The whole family does, and there's like this scene in there where the dad like tells the kid, he's like the kid is kind of like more like to himself, and the sister's like goes out to parties and like lives, and the dad was like, and she had gotten a book published, and the dad was like, she lives life, telling the kid, he's like, you gotta live. You can only write about experience. Like you create a story off of experiences that you've had, then you can get creative and create your story. So I think like, you know, I just kind of, and sometimes maybe I'll put myself in a worse situation because I'll be thinking like, oh, if I'm having like a temptation or something, I'll think like, oh, this is going to make me feel like shit, and I'm going to be able to write that story. And sometimes I'll get myself like in trouble for that, you know, like I'll know I got an interview at 9 a.m. tomorrow, and I'm going to stay out till 5 a.m. anyways, because I'll think to myself, well, yeah, I'm going to put myself through hell, but like I'm going to make something beautiful from it. And like, so I think that just comes out like, I wish that I could be catchier, you know, like I be hearing my songs and I be thinking like, dude, if I was catchier, maybe I'd be on the radio. Like if I could make a song that wasn't so personal to me, maybe like people would want to listen to it like just for no reason, not just because they're like relating to a story I'm telling. But I just think like in the place I am in my life right now, that's like I'm making this music because it's like I'm going through shit, and like I don't have anybody to lean on. Like my parents are gone. Like I don't have like, I never had like a structure in my house, so I don't have like somebody to come home and like lean on when I'm going through some shit. I gotta like lean on like music, and so like that's just kind of where I'm at right now, I think. But hopefully, dude, eventually I don't have these conversations and people are like, I know the grass is always greener on the other side, but I want people to listen to my music and not even know who the fuck I am. Yeah. Like, cause they like the song, cause it makes this, you know what I mean? Instead of like, I feel like a lot of the time I've got myself in this position where people are like feeling bad for me, or they see themselves in me, and like we're just kind of like, it's just all the same right now, you know? But I think eventually, hopefully I'm catchy.
I mean, I think there's 1.4 million people who think you're catchy right now on Spotify. Dude. I think that's the number. Thanks, I might be fucking up numbers again. It might be 41 million.
You can say 2 million.
41 million?
Nah, fuck. The goal is 30 million monthly, though. Dude. That's my goal.
But songs like I'd Rather Overdose and everything, obviously there comes from like a very, very heartfelt place and a real, very heavy subject matter.
Yeah.
Do you ever think that trade catchiness for the life story? Obviously it's translating to people
to keep it a buck. Yeah, but like I can't and I'll never like I don't think about that stuff. Like this music, I'm so blessed that people listen to it right now and stuff, but like it's like saving my life, you know? It's like I'm not thinking like, oh, how is this song gonna be taken, or like, are people gonna like this? Like right now, I'm not thinking that. I'm thinking like, yo, if I don't fucking go to the studio and sing about this shit and put this out into the universe, it's gonna crumble me inside. Like I'm gonna, you know what I mean? So I try not to think about it too much. But like I said, I think the grass is always green on the other side. So I mean, yeah, like Wick tells me the same thing. You know, he'll tell me like, yo, I wish I had that, and I'll tell him, fuck, I wish I had that. Like, I think it's just always gonna be like that.
No, you're definitely doing something great. So keep doing exactly what you're doing. I don't think you have to change anything at all.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate it.
But now, I'd Rather Overdose was one of the first songs that I gravitated to by you, and
I can't.
Because it obviously had its huge moment.
Fuck, I know.
So, dude, talk about the come up of that song, for lack of better terms.
It was so nuts. I remember writing the song. First of all, like when I'm writing the song, I'm writing like my dad had just passed away, and I'm writing, you know, about like it wasn't necessarily what everybody took the song for. Like I wasn't writing the song necessarily to be like, yo, dad, what the fuck. I was writing the song to be like, look at what my dad did. I want to do the same thing because I'm going through a similar situation as him. And but dude, I remember writing the song. I got a girl at the time. I'm writing the song. I'm shaking, and every time I really love a song and I'm writing it, I start shaking like this, and I like can't talk. And I went into the living room and I'm like crying because like, you know, it's heavy. And I'm like, you want to hear the song I'm writing? She's like, sure. And I show her the song. She was like, I'm not really feeling it. That's not really your style. She's like, I don't really fuck with it. That's not really your style. Like, you know, keep whatever though. Like if it makes you feel better, keep writing or whatever. I keep writing it. I write the whole song. I keep it like stored for like a minute or whatever. Like, actually, bro, I'm like, I recorded the song that night, and then I kept the MP3 like stored for a minute. Like, so after I recorded the song, I got the MP3 and it's stored, and I'm like, for months, 2 or 3 months, like, and then I just remember being in my truck and listening to the song, and it's making me like emotional and thinking like, bro, people gotta fucking hear this. And I put it on TikTok, and it was like literally right away, people like gravitated towards it, and they started being like, yo, like I'm going through the same thing. You know, my TikTok knew, I think before I posted my first Overdose video, I don't know if it was the video right before or a few videos or what, but around that time, I told TikTok, I'm like, hey, I got to take a break. I'm making funny jokes every day at this point. And I'm like, hey, I got to take a break. My dad passed away. It's fucking me up. I got to get away from the internet. And then like, I come back, and whenever I came back, I'm like, yo, check out the song. I don't know how long it was or whatever, but I'm like, yo, I made this song about whatever. And I think people just kind of knew the story. And then, yeah, dude, it was like, I remember being like on the couch seeing like 10,000 creates to the song and like being like, no way, like, and going to the mirror and like looking in the mirror and like I'm like legitimately thinking like there's no way that this is real. And I went to bed and I set my alarm for like 8 p.m. and I went to my bedroom and I made myself fall asleep and I woke up to my alarm and I was like, I know I'm awake right now. And I went and checked and it had like 15,000. And I was like, oh my fucking, like, holy shit, this is gonna be life changing. And I remember being like, trying to like, I talk to the universe a lot, and like, especially at the time, I was like, I think it's important to like say shit out loud, like instead of just being like thinking to yourself like, I want this. I think it's important to like say it out loud so the universe like hears you say it and like knows what you want. And I remember going to the bathroom and just being like, this is gonna change my life forever. Like, I know this is gonna change my life forever. I deserve this. Like, thank you so much. Like, I'm so grateful. I'm gonna do the right thing with this. And then it was like, I never thought about the other side of like the business and stuff. And then it was like phone call. I'm on the phone for like hours every single day. I'm like, I had to get a lawyer. I never had a lawyer before. I had to do like, get all these things, you know, and I'm like, oh, this is real. And it was crazy, and it low-key happened fast, you know. It took years to get there, but like as soon as it started happening hella fast. It was nuts. Jeez. I couldn't believe it. I still can't believe it. I think these people are crazy listening to my music. Like, something wrong with them. I don't get it. And then also I'm like, what? Why couldn't it happen before? Because I made a lot of cool songs before Overdose too, and like, you know what I mean? But I'm so grateful that it happened how it did, dude.
I was tearing up during that story, like between like losing your dad and everything. And I was just like,
and
man,
you know,
I'm gonna cry on
dude,
camera.
It was crazy because, and maybe this is like, I need a therapist for it or whatever. Maybe this is like a reason why my head is not like totally healthy. But like, I found out my dad died while I was at my first music festival ever, and I'm like, on Molly. Can I say that on camera?
Oh, hell yeah. You can.
I'm like on Molly, and I never do that. Like, I think, especially at the time, it was like the second time I had ever done it. And that's how I found out my dad died. So like, it like fucked me up. I couldn't really process it that night, right? And so like, I drove straight home. I'm like 8 hours away from home. And then it was like a couple of weeks I had to pay for my dad's funeral and stuff. I had to be like the man of the house because I was making TikTok money and my family's broke. So I had to like plan the funeral and like pay for it and do all this shit, so I couldn't really. Then that took like 2 weeks or whatever, and I never really processed it. And then, you know, another 2 weeks later, my song blows up. So like, I never really like got to live in that space of like not having a pops. Like, I never really got to live there. Like, it kind of shit started going crazy. So like, it's like the people are always like saying that they're like they feel really bad and stuff like that. But I just tell them like, dude, no reason to feel bad. Like, it hasn't even like, I don't know if it hasn't set in or what. Like, it fucks me up sometimes, but it doesn't even feel like because I lost my dad, and then now I feel my dad everywhere though. And like, this song like went viral, and so like now I feel my dad more now than I like ever have in my life. And like, I dream about him all the fucking time, and like, I fucking, you know, if something happens, bang my head too hard, I see the man. Like, so there's no reason to like feel bad about it.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
Damn. What I want to do right now is keep talking to you, but what I need to do is play a commercial break. But I want to play an Honestav song beforehand. I want to bring it back a couple of weeks to a little bit of a earlier release compared to the new one that's out. I want to play Believe for everyone.
Oh, right on. That's what's up. Play that joint, baby. Play that joint, baby.
Dude, you have a new single out right now, and it's featuring an incredible artist. Verse 2 absolutely pops off. And I'll let you do the rest of the talking about it because all I saw was Honestav ... So I don't have the name in my head.
Yeah, it's called fucking Hate You. FKN Hate You. By the way, I love your spirit. This guy's so great. You guys need to meet. Everybody on the other side of this camera needs to meet this guy. Yeah, dude. We made that record a little while ago. It's just an awesome record. It really kind of just me and Wick got in the studio whenever we first met, and like right away I was like, damn, this is my brother, dude. This is like, I grew up with this guy. Like, I feel like I've known this guy for 100 years. Like, he's, you know what I'm saying, just big old fucking southern white dude, you know what I'm saying? I'm the same way, and so it was like, it was just natural. This was one of the songs that we made a lot of songs. It's one of our favorites. It kind of like, I like it for him because that boy's a rapper, and he's a real rapper, and he's really lives in the street, and he's really from the street, and you know that right when you meet him, and he has this presence of a rapper. You know, he's got diamonds in his mouth. He's cool as fuck. You see him and you're like, God damn it, that dude's cool as hell. He doesn't have to say nothing, and then he gets on this record and he like talks about like his struggles, and like he says some things at the end of his verse. I'll let them hear it, but he said some things at the end of his verse where whenever I heard it, I'm like, whoa, like, oh yeah, that's a human being too. And like, you know, he's, you know, I people tell me all the time, oh, I know who you are because I hear your music, like, because I'm really open in my music, and I think this is a really cool like opportunity to see like a real rapper do the same thing. So yeah, I'm stoked about the song, man.
I was stoked to hear some more hip hop on a track from you because some of the earlier stuff I got the early hip hop influence.
Oh yeah, baby, White Tee. Somebody stream White Tee. Honest Dave.
It's so good, and just seeing all the influences just coming together. Like
yeah, it's so sick, dude. It's so dope.
Now, with Honestav and the whole project, you don't have too many features, and this song's a feature, and then I'd Rather Overdose, the re-release, was a feature too, right?
Yeah. So both of them were. I had a feature on my boy Z. I put my boy Z on the song. Yeah.
Damn. So you have multiple features on it.
Yeah, but not really. I guess the mod feature didn't make the cut. Didn't make the EP.
Gotcha.
It was a single kind of, you know, we just released that together. And then, yeah, my boy Z from back home, I put him on I'd Rather Overdose because, like, it was blowing up and you know, put your boy on.
Yeah, exactly.
And, and then, Wick on this new project, the song that Fucking Hate You's going on, there's one other feature, too.
Ooh, sick.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, you said you put your boy on the track at first. Now, Wick, you have a relationship with.
These are my friends.
Yeah.
I would never do a song with somebody that's not my friend. Well, I mean, okay, Olivia Rodrigo, you hear me? Taylor Swift. I guess I would do a song with somebody that's not my friend. But, like, I'm not reaching out to, an artist that everybody in my position, every single person ever that's ever seen me ever is like, oh my God, you need to reach out to like massive people in your lane, Post Malone and Jelly Roll and these guys that are massive and in the lane kind of that I'm in, and I would be so honored. Right? There's no disrespect to those artists; they're amazing artists, but for me, bro, it would just kind of make me feel like I'm doing this music because I love it.
Yeah.
And I never want to steer away from that. I never want to do it because it's going to stream more. I never want to do it because it's going to... If Post Malone hops on my song, it's going to be because we have a relationship and I love him and that like we, it's like something that we love the music together and we make a song. If I hop on a Jelly Roll song, it's going to be because me and Jelly meet each other and we hang and we like each other and the music is important to both of us. It's never going to be because like... I'm trying to step up the ladder, you know what I'm saying? So that's really why there's not been like hella features.
For sure. I was curious about it because obviously seeing these go so well and then doing the open verse challenge for I'd Rather Overdose.
Yeah.
Dude, talk about the new life that song was able to take, and also did you draw inspiration from some videos you saw with people's perspectives of what they thought of the song? Yeah,
dude. So I'm gonna tell you the complete honest truth. I watched probably 10 of those and I couldn't do it. Cause like, bro, I'm living this. I'm really living this. My brother killed himself and shit like that really happened to me. My dad killed himself. That happened to me. Like I could not continue to watch these stories of these terrible things that are happening to other people because it fucks me up. And like, that's what people don't understand either, is that like everybody I meet, all of my fans, everybody comes up to me and tells me an awful story about their life, and like it hurts, dude, and it's like, and it's a lot. And so whenever I did the open verse challenge, I did it because I was like, there were so many comments of like, I lived this too, and then I saw somebody saying like, dude, I would love to do an open verse. I'm like, wait, dude, like these people need a chance to like say their story and talk their shit, you know? And so that's why I did it. But probably 10 videos in, I'm like, oh, dude, I can't do this, bro. People got to understand, bro. You come up to me and I love to be this beacon of hurt people to come up and have this person that they can like, they think highly of me and they think that I'm gonna help, like I can help them or that I help them or whatever. And so like I'm very blessed and grateful. But like, bro, you come up to me with a story about how, your fucking mom was abusing drugs and locked you in a closet, then I'm thinking about every time my mom was abusing drugs and locked me in the bathroom, and you, when you walk away, you're feeling refreshed because you told me that story. I'm going to my van and now all of a sudden I'm thinking about my mom locking me in a fucking bathroom when I was a kid, like, and that's what people don't understand. And so like with the open verse challenge or I'd Rather Overdose, I'm so grateful for everything that it did for other people and how they can have that release. But I would never sit here and lie to you and say that I like watched all of them, because I didn't, because I couldn't. And that's why a lot of people would be like, oh, you the Mod Sun thing, like, oh, you just picked Mod Sun to do the verse because rah rah rah. No, whenever I did the open verse challenge, it wasn't like an invitation for anybody to do a remix. I was just doing it so that they would have a platform to sing their song. And then whenever I heard Mods, that was one of the first ones I heard. And I had messaged him and talked to him. It was like, it just makes sense for us to do this, like, because this is what you do and this is what I do, and this is like, and we have a chance to continue this story and show another side of this, and you are in a solidified man in your business where like you know how to do this shit. And you know, he kind of, you know, showed me a lot and taught me a lot in that, and doing that song and shooting that video, and showed me how people do things in LA and all this stuff. And so it just made sense that it was never like a competition to see like who's got the best verse, or,
yeah,
you know, but I'm grateful for it. But yeah, dude, I couldn't sit here and lie to you and say that I like watched every one.
For sure. I saw so many of the videos and they were all fucking tear jerking.
They were so amazing. Yeah,
they
dude.
were all great, but
Yeah.
like, I was crying too.
100%.
But I have a few more questions for you super quick, because I'm curious, even from my life standpoint, there's a lot of things that are similar between we're talking about in my life. You're fucking hysterical.
Thanks, dude.
One, just like
Hell
talking to
yeah.
you, you're a ball of energy and just such a bright
Thanks, bro.
spirit.
Wow,
and then
thanks.
like going through your TikTok, like stalking you. I was like, yo, I've seen these
Fucker's
videos.
funny.
I didn't realize they were you. Holy shit.
Thanks, dude.
So
Yeah.
now talk about just having so many emotions and just going through so much trauma and being able to not only bring that trauma to comedy, but then also to music in two different outlets to be kind of a therapeutic way for yourself to cope with it.
Fuck, dude. Yeah, man. I'm reaching, bro. I'm searching for anything that makes me feel better, dude. Being funny makes me feel better. I'm scared. I'm scared of myself, dude. I'm scared of like not having an outlet, you know. So yeah, bro. Like you hit it on the head. It's just kind of like an outlet to it just be fun and funny, bro. And like and also like my family's funny, bro. So I just kind of grew up like that.
Hell yeah. And then just the last thing I want to ask you about the comedy is, has anyone been surprised how good of a sense of humor you have after listening to your songs and crying?
Yeah. I think it's actually vice versa, though.
Oh, really?
I think a lot of people seen the comedy first.
Oh,
and then they're like, what the fuck? This dude's sad? Like, what the fuck?
I mean, the saddest people are comedians.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, Honest Dave, thank you so much for stopping by the
Thanks,
show.
bro.
I can't wait till you have more music out. Like, that's so hard to say considering how much is out.
Thanks, dude.
I can't wait till your next project is out, I should
too.
say. And can't wait for you to come back to idobi Studio. Can't wait to see what's in store for your career, what's in store for the year. And I can't wait to see you live.
Hell yeah, dude. Thanks, bro.
Hell yeah. So if it's cool with you, I would love to play your track with Wick right now. And I would love for you to introduce it.
Bounce that white boy.